know I got my bag of trash right there. Let me take the bag of trash down. That's the flop. We just never can get started. But on the couch is always something, ain't it? Oh, y'all. Now my sister calling me. Excuse me. Hey, I'm live. Did you find it?
No. Oh, yeah.
What?
The bird is right here in the car the whole time, y'all. The bird is right here for the whole entire time. Right here.
You said it was though.
Oh,
Okay.
bye.
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 Bye. Talk to you later.
Later.
What's up, Soul Squad? Hmm. I just came on because I had company. My sister and my brother came over, and they was here for a while. They literally just left about 15 minutes ago. So, what's up? Hey, superstar. Hey, Susie. Hey, Charles. So, of course, by me having company, I was running a little bit late. What's up, Coffee? What's up, y'all? Oh, excuse me. Then I was in here cooking breakfast and everything. So, yeah, girl, y'all, I was running late. Kevin, well, I knew my sister was coming, but it was 12 o'clock real quick. 12 o'clock real quick. So what's up, Soul Squad? What's up, Soul Squad? Welcome to the chat. It is Saturday, September the 6th. Yeah, September the 6th. How's your weekend going? Hope you guys had a safe and wonderful weekend. Hope everything is going great. Okay. Before we get into our topic, we gotta do this all the time. Like to thank God for waking us. Like to thank God for waking us up to spend another day with our family and our friends. Cause that alarm clock didn't wake you up. He did. Can I get an amen? Amen. As I know I ain't said it this morning, but I'm grateful that my eyes open. I know a lot of us forget to say it, but we got to remember the reason why our eyes open. It wasn't that alarm clock and it wasn't your instinct. Okay? It wasn't nobody calling your name because he allowed you to hear that person to call your name. Okay? To get you up. Oh, y'all, I am full. My stomach is hurting. Soul Squad. I was messed up last night. I ain't drinking no more. No more live drinking. No more live drinking, playing music for your girl, okay? No more live drinking. Josh, I got my live. Josh said, Mom, you good? I said, yeah, I'm good. It's good gonna get. Woo! Yeah, it was a good time. That's why I told Brandon last night. I said, I had a good time on live last night. Brandon said, I bet you did. I said, I thought you was asleep. So yeah, y'all. So we had a good time on Twitch last night, and hopefully to reveal that same good time tonight. I ain't got nothing to drink anyway if I wanted to, but I'm not drinking no more. Y'all, quick thing. So my sister and my brother came over here. Why my balcony scared everybody? So my brother wanted to smoke a cigarette. He said, "Gotta go in your balcony and smoke a cigarette." I said, "Of course, the balcony is where you go. Go smoke your cigarette." Why would I came out here and Tim was sitting down, everybody's in the living room. This man opened up the door and said, "Oh, I gotta get up off this balcony." I said, "What?" Tim said he tried 3 times to go on that balcony, and he said, "No, the building foundation may drop." He said it's weak. I said, "First of all, the balcony is not weak. I said the foundation ain't going nowhere." When he stayed out there, he said he was holding y'all. Tutu was holding on to the door. He said, "I'm holding on to this door the whole time I'm out here." I said, what is it about this balcony that terrify people? I mean, what the hell? It's the 11th floor, people. What is it about the balcony? This balcony terrified people. And Marcus Tutu, of all people. So I was like, I know Susie Q, right? I was like, wow. Mm, 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 mm. So, y'all, let's get straight to some stuff, straight to some point. I don't got anything on the political front right now to share with anybody. You know, I said we're gonna be doing segments and stuff to get on the couch started. Um, I did see that Mr. Trump said he is coming to Chicago. It's just no it's just no official date yet. So just be aware of that. What else? I did see the news that Chicago over the weekend they had a pretty large incident with 2 deaths and over 24 shootings and stuff over the holiday weekend, and I was like, damn. Then that's the reason that he's going to use. Probably one of the reasons that he would use, you know, everything that happened over the Labor Day weekend to try to really put boots down on Chicago ground. It's just tragic that that just so happened to happen at the time when the governors and the mayors trying to like prevent Donald Trump from coming there, and then all of a sudden Labor Day weekend, this horrific thing happens with over 24 shootings throughout the weekend and 2 deaths. So they most definitely going to use that, most definitely. So you know, that's all I got on political front. Again, you know, I don't do too much political moves, but I said we're gonna do segment because at the end of the day, we gotta keep each other aware of everything that's going on out here in the world. And this is what I saw. This is allegedly what I heard, that he may still be coming, no definite date. But then this incident that occurred through Labor Day weekend with you know the shooting through the Labor Day weekend, 24 people, 2 people unalive, and you know it's just things be happening, man. And you know, and I'm just, you know, we just gotta stay vigilant, and hopefully that if it does happen, you know, it goes smooth. Because I truly believe, even though it happened in D.C., even though we felt that it wasn't warranted or that we didn't need it or that it could have happened a different way, what I can say that there was no fallouts. Yeah, it really wasn't a fallout, you know. Uh, so I think it kind of like, even though we didn't want it, a lot of people was against it, and we didn't believe that it was needed. Um, it didn't have any tragic end to it. Um, it really wasn't a lot of kickback from the residents as far as trying getting into altercations with these people and everything. So I hope if they do come with boots on the ground in Chicago, I just hope that the Chicago residents, you know, just do whatever these people, you know, don't no backlash, no fallouts, no incidents. We don't want none of that to happen. If they have to do it, we want to have it, at least have it have a smooth transition. They could get in and get their ass out. We want them to get in, get their ass out. Let them do their time, get in, get their ass out. We don't want no backup, you know what I'm saying? So let's see what somebody's saying. Just saw it on the news today. Yes, hey Sunshine, Susie Q, he needs to stop cherry picking. It's almost 3 million people in Chicago. Yes, Susie. Coffee, exactly, Susie Q. He's cherry picking and wants to just be a big director, orange bully. Sunshine. Trump made a joke about Chicago on Twitter. He always speak before, that's his thing. He been twittering from the last presidency when he wasn't, and then when he get in, he just don't. It's like he have no public relation team. He just say whatever's on cuff, and whether it makes sense or make him look stupid, he just don't care. Yeah, so that's all I have for you guys right now. You guys, of course, always allowed to talk amongst yourself. If you heard any more of who's that? Oh, them my shoes. Them my Walmart shoes. Oh, see, I love the camera, y'all. Package game. So I gotta make sure if I can fit those. I bought those to go with my birthday outfit. So yeah, so that's what's going on the political front. That's all I got for you. Now in celebrity world, so far so good. Cardi B. It looks like she may end up winning her case. We all knew it. You know, so far everything is going in her favor. I don't think there's an outcome or ruling as of yet, but all the news circuits and all the tea rooms is looking good for her. But what's not looking good for her is that apparently Cardi B was on this rumor trail with her being pregnant. It seemed like she revealed in the video that she was trolling us with her baby bump. She had her stomach stuffed. A lot of people say it was to promote. Oh, she did win. Thank you, Tia. A lot of people say it was to promote her upcoming album. It kept her in the news. So apparently she was trolling everybody. She wasn't trolling me because I could give a damn if she was pregnant or not. Excuse me, because I ain't had to take care of it. But a lot of fans are upset that she led them to believe, but she never led y'all to believe because she never told y'all she was pregnant. Everybody just saw her stomach and y'all rolled with it, y'all ran with it, and y'all made her pregnant as if y'all was in the damn bedroom with her putting it in, okay? But you weren't. So, like I said last time, if she was and she wasn't, her and that man have to be the one to take care of that baby. Coffee said she won, then threw a maker at one of the people outside. She threw a marker at one of the people outside the courtroom and said, "Did that get you in that situation now, lady?" Oh, I said, "And that get you in this situation now?" Oh, yeah. And she threw a marker at someone outside the courtroom, and someone said, "Didn't that get you in this situation now?" Yes. See, well, first of all, at the end of the day, Cardi is no angel. I kind of believe that her and the lady did have words, but also I believe the words was given because the lady was recording her against her will. And if you're recording someone tell you they don't want to be recording, the lady should have stopped. I truly believe that Cardi is not innocent in the lady's claim, but I just feel like it wasn't lawsuit worthy. You know what I'm saying? And the lady, I think the lady was looking for a come up. She didn't want to work anymore. She thought she caught a big bag in Cardi, but no, it didn't go her way. Yeah, that was totally insane. So I don't believe that Cardi is innocent in this whole thing, but I don't believe it was worth a $24 million lawsuit either. What else in the entertainment world? Now, Lil Nas X guys got arrested a week or so ago. Anybody remember Lil Nas X? He came out, the gay rap guy who sang that cowboy song. Well, apparently he was in Atlanta walking naked up and down the street. Could have been high on something, but he got arrested for a couple of things that was thrown at him as far as like on the legal end, would he have to go to court for? But Lil Nas X out here doing whatever particular drug of his choice that had him walking up and down the street naked in Atlanta. And he ended up getting arrested for it like a week ago. But I think he's out now on bond, and most definitely he needs some type of counseling, some type of drug rehabilitation, because now he's facing court issues. Now, drama in the high rise. Are y'all ready? Fun fact. Yeah, you heard about that. He do needs counseling and guidance. Yes. Walking around in tidy whities and white cowboy boots and also naked. The tidy whities, cowboy boots, and they say at one point he got naked as well in the birthday suit. So yeah, we shout prayers out to Lil Nas X. Hope he get the help that he need and most definitely deserve. Cause hey, Mr. Spence, I'm doing fine. Alright, are y'all ready for high rise drama, but with a good end result? Okay. Life in a high rise is no silver chandelier. Because life in a high rise, your pockets may go far and near. So life in my high rise, I get a call at 9:20 a.m. that wakes me up out of my sleep. Say, this is Amazon. We have a package for you, but I can't get in your building. How can you help? I say, oh, don't hit the apartment number. Hit this, this, this. I can't give you a code because you're private, you see. So I say, don't hit the apartment number. Hit this, 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 and I will let you in. Okay, I'll do that according to the Amazon driver. I'm sitting on the edge of the bed, not knowing that I didn't order anything for Amazon, so it was a gift for one of you Soul Squad members off the gift registry. Thank you so much. So I'm waiting on the Amazon driver. He calls me, tell me his problem. I tell him what to do to enter the building. He said, okay, ma'am, I do that. I waited about 10, 15 minutes looking through my camera, waiting to see I see somebody come up the hall. No one never rides up the hallway. So I said, you know what, let me slip my clothes on to go see where the Amazon driver man at. I get downstairs. I don't see the Amazon man nowhere. I look in the mailbox room. There's no packages left there. No packages in the hallway. Excuse me. So I'm just looking around. I'm outside looking around. I said, well, where is he at? I called the number. It tells me that it's it tells me that this is logistics. Amazon, we attempt to deliver a package. Please call customer service. So I called customer service. I talked to customer service. I told customer service what's going on. I say, I know I didn't order anything, but I got an email that I had some purchases from my Amazon, from my registry. Gave the lady the information. She told me what it was. And she said, if I don't get it by Tuesday, call them back. But sitting here with my sister now, we get a knock at the door. A young lady where the package was delivered to, building next door. And she bought my packages so I don't have to call Amazon and let them know I didn't get it. I got the packages because of Good Samaritan. But my whole thing is that the whole time, the reason why the code that I gave you didn't work, and why you didn't call me back and say, hey, ma'am, I'm still having trouble getting in the building. Can someone come downstairs and meet me? No, you pursued to leave my items in the wrong building, same apartment number as mine, but in the wrong building. And that Good Samaritan, came over and brought me my packages. So strike one for Amazon delivery man for being lazy, because if you could call me and tell me that you're having trouble getting in the building, then I tell you how to get in the building. Then you say, okay, ma'am, and then never call me back. And you didn't take a picture because you knew that you put it in the wrong spot. So you didn't take a picture because normally Amazon take pictures and they send it, say package delivered. You didn't take a picture. The number you gave, the number that you called from is a automated recording message. And instead of you calling me back saying I'm having trouble, you just delivered it anywhere. You just delivered it to anywhere in the building. That was lazy. You just delivered to anywhere in the building. And thank God the other building, Good Samaritan, she brought the package to me. And so I thank her for that. Child, life in a high rise. Life in a high rise, okay? It's crazy. Now, another segment that you might not get this all the time, but I'm going to throw this segment in here for good measure. Because those who support. Those who halfway support. And those who got opinions, just have opinions, whether they're wrong or right. And you're allowed to, because everybody's like a butthole. Everybody got one. And somehow, I had a feeling when I encouraged my sister, because I support my sister in her YouTube channel, when I encouraged my sister to start recording her doing the things that she do for my brother, eventually I thought maybe some backlash would come my way. So yes, Miss Crockpot Queen, she's another one that always give unsolicited advice. She either with you half the time or she with you no time. First of all, Miss Crockpot Queen, If I'm saying your name right. No disrespect. At the end of the day, what you get on YouTube is what you get on YouTube. Everything that's done for my brother is not put on the YouTube platform. Everybody who's helping to do things for my brother is not put on a YouTube platform. My sister chose, and we talked together about her sharing what she do for my brother because one, other people out here may be doing the same thing for family members, and it could be very encouraging. When my mom was going through it, me and her and my brother, we all pitched in. We all played a part in the caregiving of my mother. My sister has over 25 to 30 years experience in caregiving for people in this situation. That's why when my grandmother got in the hospital, she was there for our grandmother, my mother's mother. When our grandfather got in the hospital, she was there for our grandfather. And everybody always call on Tia. They know this is Tia Fielder's specialty. This is something that she has done for over 30 years. Now, at the end of the day, can't nobody demand me to do anything. Because she told Tia, I feel like you need to demand your sister to do more. Why your sister don't do nothing to help you? That's why she's stuck in a rut. You get what you put in it. That's why she's going through the things she's going through. Let me just break this down to you, crackpot queen. Whatever your name is. Sorry, no disrespect. I've been helping people since I was 10 fucking years old. Let me say this. I've been helping people since I was 10 years old. From my mama, being older mamas, to my sisters and my brothers, cooking and cleaning, paperworking. I've been there for my family since I was 10 years old. My mother, may she rest in peace, was illiterate. As the oldest child, everything fell on me. I've been doing everything for my family. Then I had my own family, been a sole provider for me and my children. Okay, I've been there for people even when I was on welfare, ain't had no money. I was always the one that was lending motherfuckers money out my welfare check in my family that wasn't getting it back. I'm the one that always treat people the way I want to get treated. I am a good person, and I do my best to help everybody. Has been like that my whole life. People been stomping on me, topping on me my whole life. People never treated me the way I treat them. I'm always there for people. Now my sister is doing what she's doing for our brother, but in the back scenes, I'm her supporter. If she asks me to call a doctor for her, I'll call a doctor for her. If she asks me to make some food for Tutu, I make some food for Tutu. See, because you busy don't see me in there cleaning and cooking and everything, that's not your business. I got health issues. I got severe arthritis in my hands, my feet, and my knees. So I can't do a lot of physical stuff that will get me swelled up the way I got swelled up when I was physically helping with my mom. I couldn't walk for days. My knees were swollen. My legs were swollen. My hands were swollen. I got stuff going on with me. So my sister tend to take on the physical role when it comes to my brother. So everybody does their part to help my brother. Either or you don't see it on YouTube. Tia chose to put what she do for my brother on YouTube, and I chose to support her because it was my fucking idea. That tell her to put it on YouTube so she can get good content and she can help others. So at the end of the day, don't try to come in comments and shame me saying I need to be doing more. My sister need to demand for me to do more. You don't know my family aesthetics, what goes on behind the scene. Again, I do what I could do. I have health issues and I support my sister in every way when it comes to taking care of our little brother. So at the end of the day, your content is your opinion, but it wasn't warranted. So that's all I'm going to say on that. Even though I left a message for her, but I'm gonna leave this message here verbally because sometimes you just gotta let people know you can't really say everything you want to say when you're typing. You know, you get misspelled words because you be emotion, and it's not that I'm emotional. I'm just tired of people just like you just don't know, you know. You just don't know. And anybody who's caretaking, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot on people. Do I wish I could do more for my sister? Yes. I don't. My sister had vehicles. She had access to get around. I really don't have that much access to get around and to do things. So we share whatever we is. Yes, she do the upfront most for my brother, but I am behind the scene. I'm her supporter. I make phone calls and I do this and I do that. And I could cook when she asks me to cook. and I done order groceries online because I taught her how to do the grocery and order groceries online and make sure he get food and this, that, and the other. So again, our family dynamics, because you don't give it all, don't think yes, she do the majority, and I applaud her because she do a lot. And I tell her every day, I wish I could do more, especially on the physical part, but I can't because I have issues going on with myself. So I just wanted to address that, and I'm not trying to be mean, and I ain't trying to be mean or be disrespectful, and that's your opinion. I'm just answering your opinion. But at the end of the day, that's not why. Because you try to say I don't have anything, and ain't nothing's gonna happen good for me because I don't put into helping with my brother. So that's why I'm always in the rut. That's why I'm always going through the things I'm going through. That's not the reason why I'm going through the things I'm going through. Sometimes shit just happen. And I like again, I've been doing stuff with people since I was 10 years old. I was doing stuff for people since I've been having my kids. I still do stuff for people. I go out my way and support and help people, even when I can't do for myself. I always put others in front of me. Always. So because I'm going through the run, that don't have nothing to do with anything. I truly believe God has blessed me in every endeavor that I have ever done. And I am so grateful for that. So this you or nobody can say whether or not I'm going to have anything or get anything in life. That's not up to you. That's up to one person. And that's that man upstairs. So that's addressed. I'm not going to call her a troll because Crockpot Queen, I believe too, that she may be an older person. I think one time she told me she had been in her late 60s or 70s. If I quote your age wrong, I forgive me. But I'm not going to call her a troll because she has already been a true supporter with my channel and my sister channel. At times, she's always had positive things to say. And then she always has some not so positive things to say because it's based on her opinion and what she sees. What you guys get through the internet, it's not our full life. We let you in and you see what we revealed for you to see. You don't get to see everything. That's why sometimes I see why people make quick judgments because you're going off of what you see, but you don't see everything. So don't always be oh, she's up. I just said she's up in age. I'm sorry. I say I don't mean no harm. And that's why I try not to be disrespectful because I don't want to disrespect my elderly people or my elderly person. Well, I apologize about the age thing. When you get to going, so she's a person may be up in age. But, and I try to respect everybody on this platform. But sometimes you just got to talk to people and let them know. Just be a little, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, and I do value your opinion, but I just want to question your opinion and let you know, my sister is being helped. She is being helped, and that part is all you have to know. Let me take a drink. So, that's all I had to say. And I did leave it in the message, and I just wanted to say it here. And it's just that you don't get everything. You don't see everything. And so, at the end of the day, and of course, and you get tired because it's a tired situation. Energy drop her. Yeah. So, and I just feel like if you feel free to put your comment and your opinion in comment, I just feel like I should feel free to answer it in public. Because you put it in public, I should be able to answer it in public. But it's not even really much to say because I don't want to be rude and it's not about being combative. I just want to let you know, my sister got help. And I don't feel like, and I didn't like the statement saying, that's why I'm always in the rut because I don't help. You don't know my life story, baby. I've been helping people though. I've been helping people since I was able to help somebody. I've always been that girl. I've always been that person. I still am that girl, and I still am that person. And so to say that, it basically you made it seem like I would never get nowhere in life because I don't give back. Honey, as much as I had taken from me, stolen from me, as much as I still gave and gave and gave and gave, that statement is not warranted towards me. Not at all. And my sister could tell you that. So, yes. So, y'all, I've been waiting on these. We're going to do another quick box opening before we get into on the couch. I'm not mad. I'm not angry. I may sound mad. I may sound angry. But I just wanted to let you know, baby. That's all. And I'm not mad at you. I still respect you as a Soul Squad member. Like I said, y'all give your opinions and comments based on what you see. And you're not seeing everything. So, yeah. But can't nobody demand nothing of me. Nobody demand nothing of me. You said she should demand me to do more. Can't nobody demand. I am my own woman, my own person, and only person demand anything from me is the man upstairs. Let me do this, y'all. Another quick box opening. I got another box opening, but I'm gonna say that because for my Amazon registry, the young lady who brought me the stuff, she had 2 more things coming, and I'm gonna wait till I get everything together to do another box opening. So it was something that Chelsea and us was talking about yesterday on Discord. And I said that'll be a good conversation because it's a conversation that I wanted to have with Taylor. That Taylor was really had a topic for this weekend for us because I always ask people, is there a topic you can talk about or something you want to talk about? You need help or you need some advice. At the end of the day, I am not a psychiatrist. I am not a therapist. I'm not a graduate anything, not a legal anything. When I talk about stuff on the couch, it's about vamping. It's about venting. I said vamping. It's about venting, getting things off his shoulder, talking about what we're hearing on the news, stuff that's going around in the state or city that you live in, or just get a little bit of solicited advice on things on how I would do it if it was me or what I've been through my 55 years on this earth. Yeah, and so that's what On the Couch is about. That's why I'm not mad. I just want you to recognize that my sisters do get the help. It may not be physical help, but it's also emotional support and other type of help that we do help her in. Yeah, and what else? It was 2 things I want to talk about as far as like On the Couch topics, and I just can't remember what that one was. I said the Chelsea. But y'all don't laugh at my cheap shoes. Because I like stuff. It looking good online. I don't like these. They ugly. I don't know. They may look like something. They looking better online. They not no name brand shoes. I'm not into name brand stuff. There's some little Walmart tennis shoes I saw that they look comfortable looking. But I got on the web with this little outfit. I have on a white shirt, some but I don't know if I like them. Now, I don't do name brand stuff. These didn't cost that much. I ain't gonna lie. I think these things cost $11. I said, oh, those look comfortable. I said, I might get them. I said, $11? This was $11 look like at Walmart. But I wore these. I got a little outfit, and I wanted some little white tennis shoes to wear with them. But I don't know. They don't look that cute, but they cute. They mesh. Yes. Okay. The topic was thirsty women coming for your man. Oh, she said thirsty heifer. You know what a heifer is? I remember she said thirsty heifer coming for your man. You know what a heifer is? And my Aunt Lorraine, she was here. That's a word that a lot of elderly, a lot of older women use. My Aunt Lorraine was famous for calling her daughters, you little heifer, come here. I think that was more of an endearment versus calling somebody a bad. So they call them heifers. So the topic was, what would you do if a thirsty woman trying to take your man? First of all, I would say the old saying that people used to say a long time ago, and I think that still stands, is when there's a woman trying to take your man, he was never yours from the beginning. And you like, what? He was never, because let's look at it like this. If that man was into you the way you thought that he was into you, the way he lived a persona that made you think that he was into you, but yet a woman is trying to get him and he allowed himself to get, he wasn't never into you. He wasn't never into you. Can't nobody take nothing from you that's yours. And unfortunately, we don't have sole ownership of people. Hey, Mo Thomas, we don't have sole ownerships of people. I know it feels good when you're in a relationship and y'all committed and y'all loving on each other and y'all done said, okay, this is gonna be monogamous, it's gonna be me, you, no other people and things like that. But if another person will come along and sway even that man or that woman out that relationship, he or she never had both feet fully in. They was halfway out the door already. And I learned that. And it's not even through personal relationship, through relationships of friends and family and relatives. When it comes to someone cheating on someone, breaking up to be with somebody else, at the end of the day, that person was never all the way in. He had the illusion, or she had the illusion, making you think that this is a full-blown relationship. And I'm not going to say that they don't love you, because I can't take away how somebody feels. But I feel like if someone is completely overhealed in love with you, I don't think anything that another person can do will allow them to step outside of their comfort zone, outside of their belief, and outside of their relationship to go ahead to manifest to cheat on you. So I feel like, yeah, they was already doing it. Thank you. I feel like that if a heifer could come along with a tight ass, tight titties, nice thighs, pretty face, and coming on and take your man, he was never already in. He wasn't in. And it's hard to hear. Because why? Because for some reason, always on the women part, and I know especially on my part, I was always in. I was always 100% in, giving my all, more than what I had to give, making sure this relationship was right. Y'all know I came from an abusive relationship. I struggled over 25 something years in and out on a revolving door, on a roller coaster. And I know I gave my all, but no matter how much I gave, no matter how much I proved that I was in this and you my man and I'm rocking with you, I love you, we got babies. If he ain't there, he ain't there. It took me a long time to discover who I was, to discover my worth, to realize I was better than this. No, I'm not a perfect individual. I know I could contribute things to this relationship that probably, I'm not going to give no excuses for on myself on why a person would cheat, because I know I was in it and I know what I did. No, we arguments. Every relationship has its ups and downs. Every relationship has its ups and downs. Nobody can say they have a perfect relationship. As perfect as you think their relationship is, every now and then there's going to be a disagreement. Because we're never going to agree on anything. It's how far you take that disagreement that matters in that relationship. Are you guys a communicator? Do you communicate? Do you talk when it gets that far? Or do you try to avoid the subject, never talk about it, and wait 2 days later and you just over it? But then it simmers up again because you never took the time. Whatever the situation was, you decided to avoid it. Decided to talk about it right then and there. And that's a lot of things too. In a lot of relationships, we do avoidance. A lot of men and women, men on men, women on women, no matter what type of relationship you're in, if that communication is not there, everything is going to go crazy, okay? It's going to go crazy. You can't avoid a situation. A situation just don't go away. Yes, they don't they hide. They go dormant. And the reason they go dormant because you'll wait a day or two, then y'all back talking like the thing never happened. But instead of trying to focus on what happened, especially if it's a serious situation. Now I understand it's something so petty, but even sometimes the petty shit could it make could like explode to something more than what it is if you don't get it off your chest, if you don't talk about it. Mr. Smith said, that's what Mr. Spencer said. He said, sounds like my friend is keep telling her that he's not the right person for her. Keep going back to his baby mother and staying weeks on end without any contact. He said, sounds like my friend who keep telling her that this person's not the right person for her. But you know what? People going to tell you. You have to, amen, Dad just came in and got a commercial. And it's so easy for the people on the outside to tell somebody what they do know, but they don't want to face. It's so easy. So a lot of people don't want to see the truth in relationships because they so caught up into this relationship and they don't want to lose what they have, because when it's good, it's really good. But when it's bad, it's bad. You know what I'm saying? And you could constantly tell your friend this and she hear you. But it's on her to choose what she hear and what she don't hear. Like my grandfather used to tell us when we were kids, you got selective hearing. Because as a child, you hear what you want to hear. You can hear your mom say, hey, anybody want some cake and ice cream? Oh yeah, I want some. Then you hear your mom say, hey, somebody bring me a bottle of water. 10 minutes later, mom still ain't got that water. Somebody bring me a bottle of water. You still ain't got that water. It's called selective hearing. Cause what it benefits them? What's the benefits of them come to get you that bottle of water? They got to stop doing what they doing. They got to walk. They got to come and get you the water. And what was the benefit for them? We're talking about no one's being cheated on. The topic is, what do you do when a heifer trying to steal your man? And basically what I'm saying, whatever type of relationship you in, man to man, woman to woman, monogamous, whatever type of relationship you in, can't nobody steal something that's not yours. First of all, we don't own anything. The closest we get to ownership to another person is marriage vows and marriage and those licenses, those papers. At the end of the day, if you ain't got that close with that, you got that marriage certificate, and we ain't owning nobody. And even with that marriage certificate, ownership is not guaranteed. Excuse me. But you got a better ownership case than versus a boyfriend and girlfriend versus a husband and wife. At least that husband and wife got some type of paper, some type of commitment saying that he's supposed to be mine. But at the end of the day, if a heifer could come and take him, what did we get married for? Because you never really was mine. But a boyfriend and girlfriend, there's no ownership no type of way. It's trust. It's trust in the fact that this person is into this relationship and that they want the same thing that you want. And can't nobody come along and shake their ass or back their eyes and say, and you looking around, you talking to me? No. That don't work if he's in the relationship. So, no, you can't. But what I'm saying, we talking about, what I'm saying is that, no, you can't cheat if you're in a girlfriend or boyfriend. But what I'm saying is that the topic was, if a heifer trying to take what's yours. What I'm saying is that at the end of the day, there's no ownership on anyone. The closest that we get on ownership to another person is a marriage certificate. Basically, that's what I'm saying. Cheating is no good either way. But even if you're a boyfriend or girlfriend, if they decide to step out, that means they wasn't never all the way in. They didn't have both feet in the door. Cheating is not good on no type of level. But at the end of the day, you be like, well, that's mine. That's my man. That's my wife. If you don't have a marriage certificate, we don't own nobody. Even the marriage certificate is not a thing of ownership. We can't own another person. You can't own another person. But at least with a marriage certificate, it's saying that you made a solid commitment to that person and it felt like that person is with you. But in the day, we don't own nobody. So what I'm saying, it is easy for someone to come along to woo your person. He or she was never yours from the beginning. That means he or she gave the illusion to you to allow you to see as much as he know he could allow you to see, to make you think that this relationship is solid, that this relationship is good. But on the other side, they got one foot in the door and one foot out the door. Meaning that if the right type of person come along and woo them, they're gonna go. And if they that easily wooed, that means that person was never committed to that relationship. That person never had 10 toes down in that relationship. He or she only had 5 toes down. And we don't want a half relationship. You know, that's what I'm saying. So when people say, he took my man, well, baby, like I said, if they could take them, they was never yours in the beginning, honey. It was never nothing there in the beginning. Even though you thought it, because that person made you feel like he or she belongs to you. They gave you all the things that you needed. See, a person get to learn you. Relationship all about learning each other. You know, then you learn. In the beginning of a relationship, you get to know somebody. You get to know who they are as a person. You get to know their personality. You get to know what breaks them, what's healed them. You know, you learn all these factors. And then once you learn certain things about people, that's when a person, if they really not all the way in, the manipulation starts. They can manipulate you into thinking that this is the relationship that you need. This is the relationship that you want. No one else is going to give it to you the way I'm giving it to you. As far as like money, feeling safe, romance, everything that you're looking for. He or she going to make it feel like they're the only person that could give it to you. So you got blinders on, thinking this person is 10 toes in, and he or she is only 5 toes in. Hey, Wendy, how you doing? So that's what I'm saying when you say that, what do you do when another helper wants your man? What I could do if another helper want my man, she could have him. Let me know. Call me on the phone for I can address this, because somebody outside this relationship is going to address the fact. Either he going to let me know or you going to let me know. I'm 55. I ain't fighting for no men no more. If God ever see fit to put me in another relationship. But these days, sometimes I say I do, sometimes I say I don't. They killing each other out here in relationships. So I ain't got time for it. I love my peace. I love my joy. You know what I'm saying? But if God ever see fit to put me in a relationship, and at any given time in this relationship, that man straight, and I find out about it, I don't want to hear the apologies. I don't want to hear, oh, forgive me, I'm sorry, it won't happen again. I told y'all a long time ago, through everything that I've been through, I take shit at face value now. Once they show you who they are, that's who they are. So at the end of the day, I don't claim ownership to no man, to no woman, to whatever relationship I am. I ain't claiming ownership. I can't own a person. Of course, you get to own a person, like I said, will be a wedding, a marriage certificate. And even then, you won't own them, because you can't own that person. What you're owning is that commitment that he or she said that they were going to do. To me, a marriage certificate is not an ownership of a body. It's not an ownership of a person. It's an ownership of a commitment that you guys are making together, that we're being committed to each other. This is what both of us want. We're on the same page. Even a marriage certificate don't still give you ownership of a person. You can't own nobody. That slavery shit been gone. It's over with. They shouldn't have been able to own people, to own us back then. So you think now somebody gonna say that you own me, that's my man, that's my woman? You don't own that person. And at the end of the day, we cannot help what another person would do, say, or willing to step out on you for any reason. Like, hey, the closest thing, a marriage certificate is a certificate of commitment. It's not a certificate of ownership. That's as close as you could say that that's my man. It gets you close, but it's still not ownership. Even when you a boyfriend or girlfriend, yeah, you can say that's my man. But if that person allows someone else to come in to break up that happy home, that person wasn't never already in. And if they was in at one point, something happened, why didn't communicate? Let me know where our relationship falls short at. Let me know what can we do. Not what can I do, because anytime any type of relationship falls short, there's two people in this relationship, you and me. What it is that one of us not doing to make this relationship work. Even if you feel like you're doing your all, and that person don't think you're doing your all, you will never know until they speak up. That's the only way other people could come in, a third party could creep into your relationship because of the lack of communication. I don't know what I may not be doing. And what are you not doing? What is that we can do together to make this relationship work? Because it got to take both of us. It just can't take one of us. We both got to want the same thing. We got to want the same thing. So that's the only way another person could creep in and take what you believe or that you thought was yours. Because that person was never all the way in. And if they was all the way in at one point, somewhere down the line, some miscommunication, something got lost. But you got one person still thinking we good, and you got the other person got his foot halfway out the door or her foot halfway out the door, and you don't even know what's going on because you got blinders on because nobody is talking. People are afraid to talk in relationship. Oh, I'm afraid what they might say, or I'm afraid it might hurt them. You got to be honest and true to yourself. You do not want to spend time in a broken relationship when you could be building on yourself, learning self-love, learning how to love yourself so you be able to give that type of love to another person. And that way you can find that other person. This time when this person make you feel like he or she belongs to you, this time that person may really be committed in that relationship because there's an open forum. Let's talk. You know, it is so hard to talk about stuff. No matter how hard it is, you got to talk about it. You got to, or you will never build that bond that you thought that you had. You know, it's not good when one person think everything is good and another person walking around here, oh, I'm not happy, so I'm going to go sleep with Tom. Oh, I'm not happy. Jennifer down the hall sure is looking good these days. You know, nobody got time for that. The communication key is in everything. It's the key to everything. I never had a successful relationship because in the relationship that I was in, I allowed ourselves to believe that that person was 100% in because at certain times that person made you feel like they were 100% in. And sometimes we don't want to see the truth. The truth can hurt. I mean, they've been saying this shit for the longest time. The truth hurt. And some people know who they can tell the truth to and who they cannot tell the truth to. Because I don't want to hurt their feelings. But sometimes you got to hurt a feeling. You got to hurt someone's feeling to let them know that something is wrong. Something is not right. Whatever it is we had, that spark is gone. You know, what can we do to fix it? Again, people are afraid of counseling. You can go to relationship. You don't have to be married to go to counseling. They got relationship counselors. If you really want to work on you and me, you and I, if I want you to get, because I got all 10 toes in here. I need you to get all your 10 toes in it. What can we do to fix this? How can, and sometimes it just can't be fixed. And it's okay. Even though you still in it, sometimes another person could stray. They just don't want to be in it no more. What you laughing at me for?
I'm looking at a clip.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying. Sometimes forever is not forever. We want it to be. And that's even in a marriage, non-marriage. Forever is not always forever. As much as we want something to be forever, it hurts when it's not. Especially when you the one all in and you just assume this person was good because that person allowed you to assume it because they rather be sneaky, have their cake and eat it too, to face the consequences of what's going on in this relationship, whether we're going to fix it, we're going to build on it, or we're going to break up. Or some people, and then you got the motherfuckers that's just greedy. You got some people that's just greedy. Yes, that's been around forever, Susie. According to the Bible, sex without marriage is without marriage is a sin. Black men do not like the word counselor. It's like telling them out counseling is very taboo in the black community. 60% of men are dogs. Your topic of Taylor, what do you do when a heifer try to take your man? And I said, if a heifer try and take your man, let her have him, because he ain't yours in the beginning. If a Bama trying to take your woman, let him have her, because she was never yours in the beginning. We don't own anything. We can't own a person. We cannot own a person. What we're owning is the commitment to the relationship. And as close as you could get to own the person I was talking about is a marriage certificate. And even then, that's not even ownership. That's just a certificate saying that you're committed to doing A, Y, X, and Z with this other person. Yeah, she said, wait a minute, let her have him when you don't want her. Wait a minute. Let her have him when he don't want her. Well, if he don't want her, then y'all got a crazy bitch on y'all hands, and this need to be a restraining order. Now, if a heifer try and take your man, and your man keeps saying, look, I'm with somebody, I'm not interested, then yeah, then it's time for the woman, especially if your man being honest. And if he's being really, truly honest, saying, hey, I didn't do anything to provoke that, because at the end of the day, there's just some crazy MFs out here. There are some crazy MFs out here, people who stalk people because they like what they like and they want what they want. Now, if you're saying a heifer wants your woman, but this your man literally telling you, hey, babe, it's this woman who keep trying to fuck with me. I keep telling her I got somebody. I don't want to be bothered with her. These are the things that could happen if he's being truly honest about his side of the scenario. We talk to her together. How does she communicate you? Will you be seeing that? What is she seeing you? How you know she wants you? What is she doing to let you think that she wants you? Because we're gonna nip this in the bud. Because I'm gonna be with you, and we're gonna do this as a couple. Okay, yes, that scenario. Well, if it's that type of scenario, then y'all work this out as a couple. Y'all both approach this woman with him standing there and let him say what he got to say to her. And you stand there showing your attitude that my man's telling you to back off. We're together. And then if she don't back off at this point, that means you got a stalker, and this is when you get the police involved. I'm going to call the police type of bitch all day long. I will call the police on your ass, okay? That's what you do. And he shut it down, and that's good. And that's what he's supposed to do. And then when it's in the workforce, you got HR. HR, they don't play with that harassment, that aggression, that type of shit at work. If a person trying to get fired, let them get fired. If I done told you once or twice I'm not interested in you, we work in the same environment, she's making me uncomfortable, and she's still coming at me with that situation, you go to your HR department. You go to your HR part. So at the end of the day, whether or not she want to lose her job or she want to stay out of my face. At this point, you know what? I'm too old to square with a bitch. I told you I'm the call the police type of person. If we keep telling you we don't want to be bothered, and if we report you to the HR at this part, you harassing and you're stalking, and that's when a restraining order needs to be met. I'm not getting out in the street fighting for no man's love. I would do mine the legal way. You're going to lose your job. You're going to get a restraining order on you. The cops going to be called. Verbally square up. Yeah, now, I can verbally square up, but I'm not going to keep doing it. That back and forth shit, arguing with a woman over something that I'm committed to and he's committed to me, I'm not arguing with nobody over that. I'm not. I might have a 1 or 2, but you're not getting a 3. The third time, look, I'm fed up with this shit. Either you're gonna put a restraining order out on her, or you're gonna report it to your HR. I'm not exhausting myself to constantly argue with somebody. Because people could be mentally draining, especially when they want what they want. Yes. Especially he's being very adamant that he doesn't want this person, that he didn't do anything to vitiate her to be all over him. And he's completely innocent in this all of this. I'm an HR person and I'm gonna call the police person. I will argue maybe once or twice and let her know he got somebody, bitch, back off. This is not you over here. This is all me. But the physical part I'm not doing. Verbal altercation, maybe once or twice, that's it. After that, everything gonna be done the right way. I know that's right. We too old for that. And folks at the age 45 and older, they not trying to argue. They not trying to fight. They really want to go out and kill somebody behind the loved one. I just need her to see my face. Folks aren't as bad. That's right. Most folks aren't as bold once they're face to face with the person they're disrespecting. And that's what I said. You need it. First of all, we don't want to do it on the job. Because respectfully, at the end of the day, if you go to the job and something go down, he could be at risk of losing his former employment. And you never want that to happen. I had a cousin, unfortunately, who used to constantly her and her man used to constantly stay in it, and she used to take that shit to his job, and he ended up always getting fired. Whatever their battle was, whatever their conflict was, every time they got in it and never stayed in home, used to always spill over to his job. And because she's so frustrated, so fed up, she didn't give a fuck. And this man lost so many jobs behind her coming to the job to resolve whatever their issues was, instead of waiting until to get into a private situation or a private home. So at the end of the day, you don't want that square up to be. I don't know how you would square up with her face to face, because you don't want to have anything to be relatable to his job. You know how some jobs get job picnics, job parties and all that stuff. Maybe they give a Christmas party. Go to a Christmas party with him. Show yourself without showing yourself. You know what I'm saying? You say her past at him started with I know you have a woman, but oh no. See, she's a home wrecker. But he gotta allow her to break that home. And he told her no. And that's why I said, if you wanna face off with her, show up but don't show up. You know what I'm saying? Show that you did on his own. Maybe his job gets some type of event, some type of holiday thing, some type of Christmas party, some type of New Year's party. You go there, dressed to the nines, eat her ass up. You can eat her up, show your presence without showing your presence, if you know what I mean. Yes. Child, when you in the heat of the moment, sometimes you don't be thinking about that. That's why I was saying, you don't really want it to happen at the job. But some people get so emotional that they don't care about the work. It's like, my situation is my situation. It ain't solved. What you gonna, you know what I'm saying? Right in front of me. Yes, that's what I'm saying, Taylor. Yes. Yes, that's what I'm saying. You can show up with by showing up, to show your presence, to know that this is it right here. You know what I'm saying? This is it right here. Show your presence. But if it persists and he constantly tell you, I most definitely would suggest to my man, hey, you need to get HR involved in this. Because what you don't want to do, you don't want to make him uncomfortable at work. He don't want to be uncomfortable at work. And the lady, she's very aggressive to say, hey, I know you got a girl, but that's one of those bitches that just don't give a fuck. I'm sorry, I know this guy go on YouTube, but those are the type of bitches that I don't like. You know, And I hate calling a female dog, but a bitch is when she's a bitch. Okay, it's just what it is. And those are the ones that don't care. What are you getting out of it? Sometimes that's a challenge. You know, you got some people that got fetishes that it could be a fetish that I want to try to get what's not mine. You know, it's a challenge. You got bitches out here be like, oh, I like a challenge. You like a challenge. What? Come on now. But you got people out here. You got women and men out here who do not harbor who do not harbor that somebody is in a relationship. You got some men because they never experienced a good relationship. People out here like that who want to throw themselves at people regardless of whether or not they're in a relationship. First of all, they not loved. And when I say that they not loved, I ain't talking about love not by a family member. I mean love by another human being when it comes to being in a romantic relationship. They either got their heart broken so bad that they so messed up and they just like, I don't care about anything. I don't care about anyone. It's just all about me. They either got themselves hurt so bad so many times that they don't care about hurting others. Or you got someone who it could be a fetish, who just like they said, oh, I like a challenge, always running after things that don't belong to them. You know what I'm saying? You got those type of people too. Or you got the people that don't know how to love themselves, who don't recognize that they need to stop, put a pause on it, and learn to love themselves. Learn to love who they are as a person. To learn to love the love that they want for themselves versus out here trying to destroy and wreck someone else's home. See, and that's what that's when it all comes back to self-love. We got to take a time out in between relationships. We can't keep jumping from one relationship. She got the nerve to be hard on the eyes. Ooh, and she ain't even pretty. You lying. And she ain't even pretty. Stop. See, that even make the shit even more funny. She ain't even pretty. No. Then she gotta be a bad bitch. You trying to take somebody, man. Come on, man. Now, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. But at the end of the day, if you telling somebody, I know you got a girl, but bitch, you better come with some swag with that. You gotta be a temptress when you say some shit like that, okay? You gotta come with something. When you open your mouth to say something like that, you gotta be a badass. Okay? Come on now. What should we talk about? In my case, an ex-friend of mine was so jealous of my relationship, she would make up shit about my husband, all to cause conflict. But it didn't work because you knew your man. You knew your man. Women would do that too, to try to stir the pot, to get conflict in their relationship, to think that they could get a breakup and then they could step in. But when you know who you with, you know who you with. So that don't sound like mine. You say that about somebody else, but that ain't mine. I admire her confidence, but girl, go get you a single man that's more than the speed. I know that's right, Taylor. Hey, she tried. He knocked her down, but she keep trying. At the end of the day, show yourself. That served his asshole. You said, damn, that's toxic. Hell, that is toxic. 80s babies is bad. She said, I learned if I see someone getting cheated on, I let them find out on their own. After I told a friend her dude was cheating and she got mad at me, said I was jealous. That happens too. Then was crying to me when she found out I told the truth. That happens too because, again, I told you people don't like facing their truth. A person would rather not face the truth than deal with it, than know in the back of their head that it's true. People be embarrassed When someone else find out that they significant other is cheating, they be embarrassed because they done had this image that they've been living through all the friendships, like, oh, my man this, my woman this, we got this on lock, we good. And then for a friend to find out that that person is cheating on them, and you as the friend, you want to tell them because you love that person and you don't want them to get hurt, they're going to switch that on you. Or you just jealous because you don't have a relationship like ours. My man is this and my girl is that. No, they not. But deep down inside, they know, but they don't want to admit it because they embarrassed that you know. Sometimes they like to find out, have the breakdown, then they want to be the one to say, girl, that nigga was cheating on me. They don't want to hear I told you so. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I tell people straight up, don't do crimes around me because I know that's right. Coffee said, and that's why I don't have that many girlfriends. Messy. Mm-hmm. On my eyes on. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's good. Mm-mm. You made shrimp. This shrimp smell good. I'm making ice, y'all. This ice good. Wanda said, I will always say, keep your girlfriends out of your relationships and out of your marriage. Keller said, I refuse to be accomplice. 80 Baker said, I didn't tell her I told you, so I was there for her like it was new news. Oh, I didn't know I told you. Oh, so does not make it better. I'm telling y'all, it is. You cannot be, because you know they always fight they always kill the messenger. Y'all know that will always be true. But I'm gonna tell you this: a good girlfriend, I mean a good girlfriend, I mean like a sister girlfriend, like she your sister, she your girlfriend, and you really tell her about her man, and she won't blame you. 80 said, back to the commercials. She won't blame you. It'll be hard for her to digest. It will be very hard for her to digest. But a good girlfriend won't turn that back on you and say, yo, you just jealous. You just jealous. A good girlfriend who knows your heart and knows that you have always been nothing but true to her, she won't turn it back around on you. But the only thing about that, those type of girlfriends are hard to find. They are, I ain't tired to the ass back on. They are hard to find. That's why a lot of us choose to say they'll find out on their own. And then what you do, like 80 said, once they find out and they tell you, don't be like, girl, I already knew it. I thought I was going to tell you. And then the bitch have a nerve to get mad at you then. Don't do that scenario. Just act like 80s babe. When they reveal it to you, you just act like you just hearing it for the first time. Don't do, I already knew, I wanted to tell you, because that will mess that friendship up. Because at the end of the day, you're damn if you do, you're damn if you don't. Because if you do, they're going to say that you're jealous, you're not my friend, why you're lying. And then, once they spill the beans to you, and you be telling, and they tell it, and you say some shit like, I saw him one day, and I knew it, and I didn't know if I wanted to tell you, but I already knew he was cheating. Yeah, she gonna fire you. You knew he was cheating on me, and you supposed to be my girlfriend, my best friend, and you ain't tell me what you knew. It's a catch-22. Bitch, I can't win for losing. So at the end of the day, do not reveal that you already knew. Let her say her piece. Just say it in your brain. Don't tell nobody else you already knew, because they'll be like, girl, Sandy already knew. She told me a month ago. And you ain't tell her, and child be all over the place. Now that whole relationship is on you. Now it's on you. But I'm telling you, that's how it goes. That girlfriend shit is a tricky thing. And if someone is not truly that sister girlfriend, she ain't gonna reveal it to you. Yeah, the weather changes gets me sick. Oh, you sick, Ty? Sneaky backstab, but yes, and you gonna be everything. And then if I try to tell you I'm jealous, if I don't tell you I'm a backstabber. That's why I say, where do I stand in this relationship with you? Mm. I'm telling y'all. Mm. That is so good. Yes, y'all, but that's what I say. Powerball night, I didn't even play the Powerball. Now at the time, I was ready to liquor store. Mm. You can't play the Powerball. You can't win if you don't play, right? We used to be able to play online. I can't even play online no more.
That's because we don't live in D.C.
Oh, that's right, because we don't live in D.C. for one. Mm. Somebody said, he in there making shrimps. He in there making shrimps. Y'all go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Mm. All right, y'all, I'm back. What y'all talking about? Oh, yeah, he looking at some time. I think he looking at football. Is football on, son? Oh, he on Twitch. Because they doing that mafia-thon situation. Excuse me. Child. I was knocked out. When I got off this line, when I got off last night, my son Joshua said, "Mom, you okay?" I said, "I'm good." I felt good, but I think I was sleeping 15 minutes. I ain't got nothing to drink tonight, so we gonna be good. I was all over the place, commercials and all types of. Look, I said commercials. I read telling say commercial. Uh, I was like, no, Brandon drank that whole bottle of wine. The bottle's still sitting here on my table. Brandon drank that whole bottle of wine. Yeah, I I drank all the Tito's I had. You know, what Wendy said, I fell asleep on y'all last night. You know, people up. Girl, I had such a good time last night on Twitch. We really did. I just sorry that all the 250 something people that we got that subscribe to us, they just don't got their notifications on. Because when we do come on, I mean, we come together. It's a real good community of music. And honey, when the cows came home, Lord, y'all remember when the cows came home? Josh been doing real good saving his money. He been doing real good saving his money. He had this solicit. He had this You didn't get your notification today, right? He has this thing that he feel like, and it's a mindset situation. And this is what I'm saying. If you know, you know, you know yourself. And I ain't trying to put nobody's business out there, but the situation, the scenario that he's working with, it's working for him. So he have this thing that he believe in his head. The more money he leave on virtual, the more money he spend. So he been like, you know, saving physically versus saving virtually. Let's leave a certain amount virtually because he feel like, and that's getting to know yourself and being honest with yourself. Because we do have conversations and stuff, and that could be a really thing. Because you know, back a long time ago, people ain't believe putting money, you know, in the bank. People used to say had stashes and cheers and stashes and bids. They used to do that stuff way back in the 40s and 50s and stuff. And so my son, you know, he have the scenario that he's learning who he is as a spender and trying to have control over himself. And he said he feel like saving cash is easier because he feel like when it's virtual, he most definitely will spend more on it. So he just leave a certain amount virtual to control his habit. Yeah, so, but then it make him be out here. Yes. So, you know, so he's following his own mad method, you can say, to doing his little saving situation. And I really would say that it's for him. Yeah, we did have much fun last night. We really did. So, yeah, so we did. So y'all know that I'm getting all the Amazon at said no shoebox. Man, shoeboxes back in the 90s and the 80s when them illegal pharmaceuticals used to have shoeboxes up in their closet. And all those DRUG movies, all the shoeboxes come out the closet, on top of the closet, the bottom of the closet floor, and up underneath the bed. Good old, some say the good old days. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm. Mm. Excuse me. Yeah, it's not easy. You said because yeah. And spending virtually easy because it is true because I would spend virtually quicker than I spend cash. Because it's just a swipe of the card. Yeah. One thing about our household, and this have always been a factor, once I got rid of the person that was in my life, and I can tell you this on everything I love, my sons, I got 6 sons. They never stole a dime from me in their life. I could leave money on the floor, on the counter. They know my bank information. One thing I can say about these Bammers, they may be Bammers, they may get on my nerves, they may be at the age they need to be doing their own shit. But what I would say, They has never taken from me, and they had never taken from each other. They lend to each other, they give back to each other, they borrow against each other, but they never took from each other. Anybody in our house could have money laying down. Yeah, you be like, who money is this? Oh, that's mine. What they do, they keep walking. That's one problem. I have heard of household with people, I grew up, y'all heard the stories from me, unfortunately, how my mom, may she rest in peace, my mom sat beside y'all on the couch and told these stories. How my mom used to steal from me. Because y'all knew, we talked about how my mother used to be on drugs. How my mom used to steal from me. And I'm so glad that my sons grew up in an environment that we don't steal from each other. We don't steal from each other. I'm going to tell you what they used to steal from me, though. When they were little, I used to be the neighborhood candy lady. Them and they little Bama ass friends, they like 7 and 8 and 9 years old, they used to steal my damn candy. No, Thompson and Renault got they used to steal my damn candy. Now, they used to do that. I said, how y'all gonna keep giving the candy to the friends and we supposed to be the candy lady? I used to get mad and say, I didn't go out of business because these little Bama children. And then I was giving them free stuff. I used to give them free stuff. Now, I ain't give their friends free stuff. And then I said, if you want to share, I used to give them free stuff every day because they knew their mama was a candy lady. Yeah, I was a candy lady. I was a candy lady 2 times. Because, when you're in the hood, come on there, you know what to do. I was a candy lady 2 times. And when they were little, like 7, 8 years old and stuff, yeah, that I ain't gonna say they never stole. They never stole no money, but they stole that damn candy. You did, yes. That's okay. Yeah, yeah. They did that. I said, you know what? Fuck it. I ain't being a candy lady no more. I can't even hold on to products. See, I'm not gonna lie. My credit card used to have a change calculator out in the open, full of quarters, nickels, dimes, and when I used to go over there, with my siblings would spend the night. I'm not gonna lie. I would take at least $1 or 2 out to buy candy. uh Yeah. Yeah, son, I got plenty of videos. One thing, my mom, may she rest in peace, my mom came a long way from that life. I got a lot of on the couch videos where me and my mom talk about her drug addiction, about her illiteracy. We talked about her stealing from me, stealing from my sister. Our relationship was hard. But as we got older and as I had more and more kids, it got better. And then once my kids was grown and my mother finally got off drugs, my mother got off drugs. My mother was in her 60s when she finally got off drugs. My mother finally got off drugs. She lived a better life. She started doing things for her grandchildren. She started having savings. She started spending. She used to save up her money. It was such a transition, and she saw it. She had a better financial situation when she finally got off the drug. And we talked about that earlier on the couches. My mom opened up and revealed a lot because our relationship was damaging. From my toxic relationship, as far as like my kid's father being abused and him and my mother getting into entanglements over me, and as far as the things my mom used to do to me, and our relationship, our situation it came a long way, and we never really talked about it until I started on the couch. Like I said that those problems, those open communications don't have to be between just a boyfriend or a girlfriend. We were one to sweep things under the rug. It happened. You argue about it, but we never talked about it on how it made us feel and what it did to us. We didn't have those conversations till all these years later, until I got on a couch and we were able to have those conversations. Not that we didn't forget about it, but my mother was able to be true to herself when she got older, and then she stopped doing what she doing. Yes. See, I stole 2 quarters off my auntie table once to buy candy. I was 8. So, we both had grandma jackies in our lives. Yes, we did. And so those open conversations are built on the couch. That was our open communication. I was venting, and she sat there and she took accountability, and she talked about, because that's who she was. And but our relationship had came a long way, and we never really talk about it until I invented on the couch. Don't play with me. No, I ain't got. I'm not going live on YouTube today. But this on somebody said, "Who's that in the kitchen?" Everybody in my damn kitchen. Ain't that be nobody in that kitchen. I don't know who said that. That Ty said it. God, don't be messing with me. Yeah, I don't know. We gotta go do research because some, back then I had to take phone. It wasn't all just on one episode. It was throughout different episodes of On the Couch when we talked about it and stuff. And my mother talked about her drug addiction and and I talked about the stealing and how she stole from me. And it's just that well, our relationship at that point when we was talking about it, everything was moved on but never talked about. Yes, it was a disease. The good thing about my mom is that she didn't need to go in rehab. The good thing about her is that when she set her mind to it and she realized that she didn't want to do it no more, she just stopped. She didn't have because she wasn't like, shooting no drugs in her own. It wasn't like heroin. It was that crack cocaine. And y'all know crack cocaine, when that stuff came out, it was everywhere. It was everywhere. So it's not like when she set her mind to it and she didn't want to do it no more and she knew that it was not beneficiary for her life and her family and what it was taken away from her, she just set out to stop. And she didn't have no type of, well, what she did also had to do, she relinquished all the friends that she had in Berry Farms. All the girlfriends that she had, she stopped seeing them. Once she moved out of Berry Farms, she stopped hanging around them. She started coming over my house more. She started visiting with Tia more. She started spending the night at my house a whole lot. And when she decided that she was done and she didn't want it anymore, she just stopped. She didn't go through no withdrawals. She didn't have any, she didn't have to go to rehab. But what she did is that she relinquished friendships. Because sometimes it's friendships and the people you hang around, you can't be in that environment if you're trying to clean your life up. So what she did is that she stopped hanging around the people that she was hanging around who she was doing her drug of choice with. And once she stopped hanging around those people and she started coming over my house, being about her great-grandchildren, being about her grandchildren, being about me, being on my house, it was like it was just done and over without even a question. They say my mom was like he on drugs. Yeah, change your mind and you can change your world, and her whole world changed. I met her financially. Everything changed for her. She was able to do more things for herself. She was able to buy things for herself. She was able to save money. She was spending money on her great grandchildren like crazy. I mean, she was just all into her life. Ty, stop playing with me. Ain't nobody find out my kids. Y'all see that person running out the kitchen chat? Don't play with me inside. Yeah, so I love her for her willingness to change and for her awareness. Susie, don't play with me, y'all. And for her awareness to know that she needed to do better. And I think that's courage and strength in that alone. That's the YNs Fufu had. What is YNs? I don't be knowing these little cryptic word. Oh, girl, since the early 90s up into the 2000s, since the 90s, honey. I think I was like 17 when I found out about my mother. 17. And she was all in into 2015, 16. She stopped around 2016. I'm gonna say not two. We moved 2000. I'm gonna say 2014. She stopped around 2014. It was around 2014 because she had moved out. Yeah, it was around 2014. So up into her passing, which was 2022, 21, 22, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. She was only clean about 7 or 8 years up into her passing. Hello?
What are you doing?
I'm on the couch.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Okay. So, no, we never talk about how. That's Brandon in the room talking about what you doing. No, she never talk about how I got started, but I know it. She met this guy named Sam, and she just met the wrong person, and she was influenced, by the crowd of people he hung around, she hung around, and she was influenced. So, some people have weak constitutions. Some people could be easy influenced, and once you start something, if you like it, it's done. You really can't blame people because people do make their own choices in life. Off the top, I remember I heard my parents doing the do and never forgot. Oh, I caught my mother doing the do and they never forgot it. Y'all, that's as off topic as you can get, Susie. I caught my mother doing the do and they never forgot it. Because I wasn't even supposed to be in the apartment. We lived across the street from my grandmother. It was a residential street. It was all houses, but it was two apartments on this whole block. This one building on this whole block. And my mother used to go out of town with my youngest brother's father. And while I was living across the street, my grandmother used to watch us while my mother go out of town. Somebody said, that's so scary. I'm trying to make sure my nieces and nephews know the importance of not letting influence get them messed up. Yes. You thought your dad was hurting your mom. I was mad at him. I know that's right. But this how I did it. And my mother knew. And that's the thing. We don't talk about a lot of stuff in our culture. My grandmother was babysitting us. And I don't know what she needed. But she needed something out the refrigerator. And she told me, I think I had to be about 8 or 9. She sent me across the street with the keys to the apartment to go get whatever it was I was supposed to be getting out the refrigerator. And when I guess my mom didn't hear me coming in the apartment because, we didn't even know they were back. They were gone out of town. And my grandma was watching us. So my grandma sent me across the street to the apartment to get something. And I guess my mom didn't hear me come to the apartment. And then, I wasn't making any type of loud noise or anything because I wasn't expected to let nobody know I was there. And I even shut the door regular. I ain't hold the door. You put the door slam, you do that. And so when I went in the kitchen, I heard something. I heard like a squeaking sound. I'm like, what's that squeak? And so me being like 9, 8, I was either 8 or 9. I'm walking towards the noise I'm hearing. I don't hear a people. I hear a sound, a squeaking. I'm walking towards the noise that I'm hearing. Yeah, the spring of the mattress, yes. I'm walking towards the noise I'm hearing. And as I'm walking towards the noise, I'm little. I'm not questioning anybody home. Who's there? I'm not questioning anything. I'm just walking towards this noise I hear. And as I walk towards the noise I hear, I walk right in the hall towards the bedroom. Bedroom door sitting wide open. All I see is my mother on top, going up and down like this. and just squeaking. And I said, oh! And I ran in the bathroom and I slammed the bathroom door and I sat on the tub. And seconds later, my mother opened up the bathroom door. What you doing there? I said, Grandma sent me to get something out the refrigerator. I would never, I would never forget that. I would never. She was, and I never forget that, man. She said, what grandma? And I still don't remember what she wanted, but I think I told her what what grandma wanted. And she said, take this and don't tell her we home. Don't tell her I'm home. And she gave me what it was in the refrigerator, and she locked the door because, honey, I was so nervous. I don't even remember if I even locked the door behind me. And I went back across the street like shit ain't never happened. But that been stained in my memory forever. That cow song, yes. That was stained in my memory forever, ever. And she said, I never seen. Yeah, I seen. And I was like stuck. And I ran, but it was a sharp pause. And then I ran right into the bathroom because I knew that was something I wasn't supposed to see. But I didn't know where the noise was coming from. And so what did you think they would? Oh no, I knew what it was when I saw. I was like, oh. And then I'm like 8 or 9. You heard of sex, so I'm like, I was in the bathroom. I was scared, but I knew what I saw. Mommy was in it doing sex. Yeah. I think I would have been distraught at seeing my mom. No, I never talked about it. I told the story years later to my sister and stuff. I never told my grandmother that my mama was home, and my mama never talked about it. Never set me down, never talked about what I seen, what I saw. Her own words was, don't tell your grandmother I'm home. Now, bye. That's what it was. Don't tell your grandmother I was home. Look, she was trying to say, so he was like, I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus. You sure right about that one, son. You sure right about that one. That was funny, yeah. Yeah, but those, I think we all had moments. Yeah. Yeah, that was juicy. Yes. It was, yeah. But yeah, and then, so, that's why, and I had a moment last night, y'all. Y'all know I had a moment. For some reason, I put that Gerald Levert song on, and it took me out. I was crying about my mama. I was crying about my children's father. I was just, that song got me so emotional. And then I don't even know if that was one of my mother's favorite songs, but I knew my mother liked Gerald Levert, and I don't know where that song come from. Because when Susie said, oh, that was a good one, I said, I don't know where it come from. I never thought about playing a Gerald Levert song ever in my life. When we was on this slide. But that Gerald Levert song, Hold On To Me, it came from somewhere deep inside, and it took control of my feelings. Your mom and baby daddy, my brother's father, Tutu, the one to be with my sister, it was his father. Tutu father, yeah, it was Tutu's father. That was her boyfriend at the time. She was going with herself. Yeah. I know, because I was drinking it. I ain't lie, y'all. I had about this much Tito's. It wasn't that much Tito's, but I finished that shit last night. And I got everything still sitting on my table. I put this back on my bar. I got to give me some more Tito's. I'm going to fill it up. I'll give me some Malibu. Give me some more wine for my rack. I said, how you going to hold alcohol on the alcohol bar for guests when you be drinking it? Yeah, Andrew be driving Tia crazy. Because Andrew is so affectionate. Tia say, Andrew drive me crazy. Always want to kiss and hug, saying, I love you, auntie. I said, Tia, that's how you should do me at home. I said, I'll be laying down the bed and Andrew just come and I love you, mommy, and start kissing me. I said, Andrew is very affectionate. He is not afraid to show that he loves you and that he loves on you, to us. And I say, and I'm thankful that, because I did a lot of hugging and kissing when they was little, come on, baby, hug. I did that. So he's not afraid to show affection towards, the women in his life. Not at all. And seriously, he drives me fucking crazy. He still called, Mommy, I miss you. Will you come see me? I said, what I'm coming over here for? I just got rid of you. That's how we telling. Yeah, black people tend to stop hugging and kissing on their kids once they reach the age of 9 or 10. I noticed that. Yeah. No, he said no, toxic masculinity. Ty said, damn it, because Ty got an ad. He'll be real mad because guess what? So, squad, I am up out this camp. I hope you guys enjoyed On the Couch. Again, On the Couch, 2 p.m. on Saturdays. I'm sorry I was late today because I had unexpected company. But y'all know, if y'all want to get back into what we was talking about, y'all know what I'm about to do. Once On the Couch in, I'm going to upload it to a premiere on the vlog channel so you guys can actually interact with the other Soul Squad members on these topics, on these conversations that we've been having. So Ty, you can join in on the vlog channel. It's 4:30. It's 4:21. It depends on how long the video is, how long it takes before it uploads. But whenever it uploads, it's going to come as a premiere. Make sure your notification is on the vlog channel. So if you want to join in with the same Soul Squad members here and the news and more additional Soul Squad members once it premiered, because the topic was juicy, the conversation was great. So a lot of people going to have a lot of things to say. Things were addressed. Shit was announced. And stuff like that, segments was done. So, yeah. Alright, Soul Squad, I love you guys. I am out. Oh, I see you tonight, though. I'm going to get me some water. Go to the room, kick my feet up, and download this to the vlog channel. With that being said, remember, if you got anything, I'm not a licensed doctor, psychiatrist, counselor, or anything. I talk about events that's going on in my surroundings, events that's in my life. And if you have some things that you want us to talk about or you need some advice, I will tell you what I would do. Not what you would do in a situation, but what I would do in a situation. So with that being said, Soul Squad, I am out, and I see y'all tonight here on Twitch. Make sure y'all notifications is on. See ya.